I think that from being in the civil rights realm, I understood going on the inherent biases that are built into the system. And it's not just those surrounding race, but also those surrounding sex and
Sure.
gender. And so, what I understood for me, the greatest challenges became the greatest lessons because I was determined not to allow those inherent biases that I could not control to deter me. It meant that I was going to have to work harder,
Mhm.
albeit not fair to do so. But it was just, you have to learn how to adapt in the system and deal with what you're dealt with. So for me, every success, every place that I've gone in, I went in with the attitude that no matter what I was faced with, no matter how the microaggressions were there, no matter
Yes.
what I had to be faced with, I had a level of respect for myself. And then there are just some people that cannot conceptualize a certain level of excellence. And you can't sit around waiting for them to validate what you already know that you bring to a space. And so every challenge, as I look back over everything that I have done, has really been the thing that propelled me to even going higher because I never was sad about being underestimated. I always saw it as a superpower. And I was underestimated not because of my education, not because, but it was these inherent biases that we
Sure.
have in our society. Because I truly understand the mindset of people who are not able to respect others. Because as a
Mm.
civil rights person, I've devoted my whole life to those who are marginalized and the equal protection of those under the law. And so when someone doesn't have the ability to respect a person, they're really internalizing and projection their own doubt and self. They have no self-worth. And so I've learned how to deal with people as much as I learned how to deal with myself.
Excellent. Those are really great points. I'll be 60 this year, and I'm still learning that lesson about the how often people project their insecurities, their sense or lack of value, and that might be self-imposed. And I understand about conditionings and environments, and the lessons that they have been taught, as my mother would say, sitting on their mother's knee, whispering in their ears. So I understand that they bring that to the table. It still absolutely is can be debilitating for others when you project that onto others. Extremely frustrating. And then you begin. Some people, and I've been guilty of this. Then you then begin to put that projection on, almost like an ointment, and you absorb it. And
Mm.
so you always have to be mindful. So I applaud that you have just always remained very vigilant about understanding and placing those lines in the sand, if you will, that is not Dr. Penny Brown's Reynolds issue. That is yours, your experience and your backgrounds, and you are projecting that onto me because it certainly, and I've seen it play out in the workforce and have an impact on overall success.
Thank you for that. I play the long game all the time.
Okay.
And I think that's the part. And that really comes, I think, from an abundance of my faith being a very great part of who I am. I have steadfast consciousness. I know that no matter what I'm dealing with, this is all temporary. And I never try to separate where I am in the business realm or the professional realm from who I am as a person.
Okay.
And so I understand the long game. And if anybody can do anything, they could say that this is just a snapshot of what you may be going through in the
Sure.
workplace now, but it does not define the long game. And
Yes.
I stay focused on what it is that I'm there to accomplish and what is my long-term goals. I think if people could do that, no matter what happens, I go to bed the next day and I take it like that's a short-term situation. I'll deal with it and then I can move on. It's just
Yes.
been my way. It's been my survival, to be honest with you.